Hello, everybody. Um, Thank you for joining us on another session of Habitat Office Hours. I'm your host, Kaya Tolliver. I'm Deborah here at Progress Chef. I am here with my colleagues Trevor Hess and Raul Gol. Go ahead and introduce yourselves. Let's start with Trevor.
Hey everybody, this is Trevor Hess here. I'm one of the product managers here at Progress in Core C, and I sit over app delivery and infra management. Glad to be talking to everybody again today.
Yeah. How about you, Raul? Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey guys, this is Rahul here. I'm the engineering manager for app delivery team, and very happy to talk to everybody again.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you all both for joining today to talk about some habitat stuff. I'm excited about what we're going to be going over. Going to go over event logging, but or we're actually going to have a demo because we talked about it last time. We kind of did an overview of what the event logging feature was, but we'll get a demo today, and that's super exciting. But
Nothing like seeing it
first,
live.
right, exactly, right. But first, let's go over some pre-flight checks. If you are not following us on Twitter, you're wrong. Absolutely go and follow us on Twitter. You will find all types of treats and fun stuff that we're doing over here at Chef. And we like to keep everybody updated on the goings on via Twitter. So go on ahead and follow us at Chef. And also, if you are not on the community Slack, you should be, because if you are a practitioner, if you use Chef, whether it be Habitat or any of the other tools in our ecosystem, you will find a wealth of knowledge and a breadth of knowledge over on our community Slack. You'll be able to hit up folks like myself, Trevor, or even Raul just to ask questions. Everybody's on community Slack for the most part.
And
So
other members of the community too.
also, yes. And there's tons of knowledgeable folks in community Slack that will always be able to answer your questions. Also, Discourse. So, Discourse is more of our forum style communication platform. On Discourse, you'll find more long form communications. You'll find things like release notes and community meeting notes. And if you live in a time zone in which people aren't generally up to answer questions on community Slack, feel free to just ask a question on Discourse, and you will be able to get an answer there. So let's get into events logging. Who wants to start?
Well, so last time we got a little bit of an overview about what event logging is, right? So you, as a person who's building and managing applications using Habitat, you're making changes to packages regularly and uploading them into the builder. Prior to now, you would have to do some querying to kind of see when some of the packages you depend upon have been updated, when they've been promoted to different channels and things like that. And one of the things that folks have been asking for is a way to see a list of all these changes as they're being made and be able to go through and look through that. So we've been working on a feature to let you do that. Rahul, you want to develop so far?
Definitely, Trevor. Let's walk through the feature. Kia, do you mind sharing the screen?
Yep. Do you see it?
Yes, it's
Sweet.
perfectly fine. Okay, so basically in the screen share we are showing a view of event log, and this is our acceptance environment for Builder. This is basically hosted in cloud, and basically we are running it internally as a test and staging environment. So as everybody can see, there are two tabs here. One is basically events, and one is events for the SaaS version. Um, Now there are a bunch of columns, right, which we are seeing in terms of status, origin, channel, package identifier, and date uh, uh, when it was created. So basically, for each and every package which is promoted, demoted, and other actions regarding package uploads, those actions will trigger events which will show up on the UI in this particular view. Now, there are two different views which we are basically going to present. One is the events view, which is for our on-prem instance of the builder. Uh, so basically, any package related action which is performed on the on-prem instance will show up in that particular view, and then there will be a view for our SaaS instance, which is our software as a service offering of builder, right? So both those views will have their own data points, and as you can see, this basically consists of a number of parameters for each and every action which has been performed, right? So that's basically what we have from an event log perspective. And of course, there's a search ability. There's an ability to basically filter by if we just want to see the events for 1 week versus 2 weeks versus a month or so forth, right? All those filters are also available. And then, we can, on top of that, search as well.
And Rahul, you sort of alluded to this, but I don't think you kind of talked a little bit about what that's for. These two event views are to make it easier for folks who, if you're not using Builder as a SaaS, if you've got Builder installed on-prem or in your cloud environment yourself, you can see those upstream package changes to things like the core plans and packages in that event stream for SaaS, while still have a separate feed for the packages that are local to your builder instance. So those packages and components that you're updating to manage your software that you're packaging and distributing.
Oh, sweet. So, from okay, a couple of questions. So, do you need to declare events or define events that you want to be logged in this event feed?
No, so basically, events are raised for each and every action, like package promotion, package demotion, package uploads. So so they are basically based out of the actions which are being taken in the system, uh, and they are automatically getting fed into a queue from where we are basically showing it up on the UI, right? So
Hmm.
there's no need to define those events as such.
Okay. So it's automated. That's awesome. How does permissioning work? And like if you're using private or if in the case of private packages.
Yeah, so when we have private packages, and then basically when we have the concept of origins, right? So if I, as a user, I'm logged in, I should only be able to see the the packages for the origins which I'm authorized to see, right? So it is basically it is going to honor the permissions.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. When will this feature be released if it's not already?
The feature is already available through our stable channel, as well as through our on-prem stable, where we basically publish our builder packages, builder API, builder proxy. We publish our packages for basically consumption on the on-prem depot. So the feature is already available, although it is disabled by default. So there are a bunch
It's a
of
preview feature.
that's right. So it has to be explicitly, there are a bunch of flags which have to be changed, and those details are available in our release notes.
Okay. Oh, that's a good. So would those release notes be on Discourse, or have they been
Yeah, we
released?
can.
Have the release notes been okay? Cool.
Yeah.
That makes sense. What about additional functionalities? Are there any plans so far for additional functionality for the event logging feature?
There's been some things that have come up in discussion. There's some talk about how we could maybe tie this in with some webhooks so folks can take actions based on some of these events if you wanted to trigger builds of other packages. But that's a little ways out. Right now, we're actually looking for some feedback. So we'd love for folks to go ahead and turn this feature on, give it a try. Let us know what you think of it. Let us know how you're experiencing it, if it's helping you better manage and understand the changes going on in your application environments. Um, and then we're gonna kind of develop where we go with it from there.
Great. Look at the Have team continually going with what the community or the pulse of the community. I'm happy about that. That's cool. So, how do you think this is going to help habitat practitioners? Like coming from the pre-event logging feature to now having an event logging feature, how does this make the lives of habitat practitioners easy?
Well, now you don't have to go to each individual package that you might want to work with and see if there's a new version available and go and look and compare all the version strings yourself. You can just come in here and see, you can look up a package, you can see when the last promotion event was, you can see if you need to go ahead and try doing a rebuild without having to just try doing a rebuild. You should have much better insight into sort of the state of your environment and if there's new packages available for you to consume or test out for your software.
Good. It seems like it's going to be a lot of time saved and
That's the
frustration.
intent.
Right. Awesome. Awesome. So, thank you all for the demo. I think this is a great feature. Does anyone, it looks like we've got someone on Twitch. If there are any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat or also feel free to put them in the community Slack. We welcome questions. Meanwhile, I'll see if there's anybody from the community that has questions. Is there anything else that either of you would like to add regarding event logging?
I'm just looking
No, I
forward to
think.
hearing some feedback and hearing how folks are experiencing this new feature and new tool in their toolbox.
Sweet, sweet. I said you
Oh no, I
what,
think it was on the same lines. I would love to hear feedback. What works, what does not work. And I think we can take it forward.
absolutely, absolutely. Community, please provide feedback. Lastly, excuse me. What's coming up? What's in the books like for the future of Habitat? Can you give me any teasers?
Well, I think we'll probably talk a little bit more in depth on the 22 roadmap next time we chat. But I think the thing everybody's probably waiting for and curious about is when the next refresh is going to happen. And Rahul, you want to talk a little bit about the work on flight for that?
Yeah, definitely. So really excited about the next Hab packages refresh. We are already working on it. As we speak. We are bumping up the versions and other attributes for certain of the Linux packages. And we are definitely looking forward for the next refresh in the upcoming year, 2022.
Awesome, great stuff, guys. Really appreciate you all coming on and talking about what's new
Of course.
and demoing it. Um, so it doesn't look like we have any questions. However, I know that folks will be watching after this live stream is done. If you have any questions, please put them in the chats for the respective platform that you're watching us on, whether it be Twitch or YouTube. And I, excuse me, I check for questions and I will ask either Raul, Trevor, or someone in the community, and get back to you all as soon as I can. So feel free. Don't feel like just because you missed a live, you can't ask questions because you can still get your questions answered. Thank you guys so much.
Thank
It was great
you.
having you. And until next time, when we get to learn about some roadmap stuff, y'all have a good one.
You too. Take care, everybody. Thanks for
Mm.
watching.
All right. Thanks. Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Mm.
Bye.